the spring and through the summer, the one area you want him to focus on growing?
No, obviously his ball skills are elite. There's some things that we had to clean up as far as pad level in his route running. The physicality of the game and understanding spaces, how windows will close up a little bit quicker than what he was used to in high school, and then just making sure that he understood, like, yeah, you're a talented guy, you're a fast guy, but once you get the ball, you better secure the ball. So I mean, there's some things of that nature was the initial thing that we had to getting caught up on, and then just understanding the speed of the game and his assignments, knowing like, okay,
when you see guys like that,
a handful of things, I got this down, and you can see the different speeds that he can work at with that, and as opposed to some of the things that he was a little unsure about in one playing spell.
In your eyes, did anyone separate themselves from the receiver pack during the spring?
Well, spring's over, so I mean, now they have to do it during fall camp.
What did Brendan put together in that bowl game that was just allowed him to have his best game of the season, and can he sustain that?
That would be a Brendan question if he could sustain it. I've always thought that it was always there. He's a very emotional built type kid. So I mean, he got a couple of shots in early, and then his confidence got going. And once again, he understood and understands, like, hey, each week presents a different picture for you as far as opportunities. They was doing some stuff where his opportunities and with their coverages where he had potential to get the ball, and he maximized his opportunities.
He kind of hinted last year that sustaining his confidence was one of the big battles for him. How do you help coach that?
Just continue to point out. A lot of times in coaching, you're talking to kids about things that they didn't do correctly, things that they may need to get better at. But just continue to point out, all right, hey, man, this is what you do that's really good. This is, with your skill set, if you continue to do this really well, this separates you from the rest of the pack. So how about we continue to build on this and add this as you're incorporating your portfolio.
Did you see anything different about the way he approached the offseason this year?
Well, I thought all of the guys worked hard this offseason, and B has been one of those kids from the day that he stepped foot on campus. He works it well. But I do think, it helped him having some younger guys come in. So now he's not just doing it, he's bringing someone along, and he's having to kind of mentor and coach them. So I think that did kind of help him, because it gave him a chance to go back and look through some day one install things, and when you start explaining things and teaching things to other people, you pick up on the little nuances that you may have been like, I didn't really think about it like that. Now, as you're telling it to someone else, you really start to think about it. So I think that, kind of, sparked a light with him.
Speaking of hard off-season workouts, would you recommend 2.5-hour fishing excursions trying to reel in a tuna?
I would have until I personally had that experience.
Was that the hardest thing you've ever done?
I wouldn't say it was the hardest thing I ever done, but I would say this: I definitely didn't train for it, and definitely didn't expect that to happen. I'd always wanted to go on, wicked tuna, and I guess I could check that one off my bucket list.
One more on Brendan. His dad was at most of the games last year. How much did you welcome him offering tips to Brendan versus what you guys were coaching? And
here's the funny thing, man. You got one of the arguably greatest guys to ever play the position. You have his kid in your room, and often, you'll get players' fathers call, and that young man's dad never called and asked him one question about football. Now think about that.
Yeah.
You got arguably one of the greatest players to ever play that position at the highest level that you can play at. Never picked up the phone to call me and question anything about it. Only comment that he's ever made about it is like, hey, you as coach, you were at practice every day, coach.
I think it's year 7 for Lincoln as a head coach. How have you seen him kind of evolve a little bit?
I mean, Lincoln's one of those guys that he's gonna go, he's gonna look and evaluate, or self-scout, as we like to determine in football, everything we're doing from top to bottom every year. So I mean, him evolving is just him trying to figure out ways to do things better and get better. And you know, that's been something that I've noticed about him from, you know, first time being around. So I mean, it's, you know, someone asked the question earlier, has he changed? No, he hasn't changed. I mean, he's on a pursuit of excellence or perfection, and wants to win a national championship, and he's trying to devise a plan to help us get there.
Is it different at all having Caleb back and that continuity that you have back there at quarterback?
Is it different? No, because I mean, it was like that once we got here. You know, he has an understanding of what we're trying to do, and you know, he's kind of the coach on the field when they're playing. So I mean, it made it easier after we got here with the installation, because, you know, once again, he had a general understanding. I think that, you know, for him, he'll be able to pick up on some of the things that he may not have seen last year a lot quicker, just because he's, you know, 2 years into it and having faced various defenses and schemes. So I mean, the game is naturally going to slow down for him a little bit more, which is going to be a benefit for not just the skill groups, but the O-line and everybody on offense.
You recruited a lot of kids over the years. How different was it kind of using that, hey, come play with a Heisman Trophy guy?
I mean, I don't know that it was necessarily different. You know, even going back to some of the other Heisman Trophy guys coming in. I mean, nowadays, I mean, kids in the recruiting process, they're gonna know who the quarterback is. You know, especially if they're a skill guy in any school that they're looking for. So I mean, I don't know that you necessarily had to point that out. I think it's more of you getting the opportunity to play with a guy that's just, you know, competitive and very talented. And you know, as you well know, everybody wants to do something with someone that is, you know, elite at their job. So I mean, good players want to play with good players.
Can you just share your thoughts on Michael Jackson here and what your expectations are for him this season?
You know, my expectations is, you know, when Mike is healthy, Mike is an extraordinary player. And, you know, I think he got a chance to showcase that a little bit last fall, and hopefully just continue to keep him healthy, but you know, give him opportunities to showcase, you know, that he's deserved every opportunity that he's getting. Like I said, he gives us, you know, everything that you want from, you know, a physical standpoint in the run game, and then obviously, you know, as you guys saw last year with some of the stuff that we did with him, he's elite with the ball in his hands after the catch.
Can a young dude like Jacoby Lane come in and make an impact for you this season?
I think all those kids can come in and make an impact for us. I mean, you know, we got a very talented room, but we got a talented room, and all of them have, you know, their own unique and individual skill sets. So I mean, I think there's a spot for all of those guys to shine and showcase why they're here and what they're trying to accomplish.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you, Coach.